You wake up, you reach for your phone to check the news, you jump out of bed, and within 5 minutes, you have already started the chain reaction that ruins your entire day. You think you are starting your morning with productivity, but you are actually setting your body up for fatigue, inflammation, and a higher risk of injury. If you are over the age of 65, the first hour of your day is the most dangerous hour of your life. And it is not because of anything external, it is because of 5 specific habits that you believe are harmless, or even healthy, but are actually actively working against your longevity. We are not talking about calories or weight loss here. We are talking about the structural integrity of your spine, the health of your cardiovascular system, and the balance of your cortisol levels. If you want to stop the rapid decline that so many seniors accept as normal, you need to break these 5 habits immediately. Let's start with habit number 5, the spring up. You wake up, the alarm goes off, and you immediately sit up or jump out of bed. You think this is just being efficient. You think this is how an active person should start their day. But you are ignoring the biological reality of your spine. While you sleep, your spinal discs, the cushions between your vertebrae, are fully hydrated. They absorb fluid and expand, making your spine taller and more rigid. When you immediately spring out of bed, you are putting sudden vertical pressure on discs that have not had time to decompress. This is why so many seniors experience morning back pain or stiffness that takes hours to work out. You are not old, you are just mechanically stressing your spine at its most vulnerable moment. But more importantly, the sudden change in position causes a drop in blood pressure. This is called orthostatic hypotension. It's that split second of lightheadedness, that woozy feeling when you stand up. For a younger person, it's nothing. For you, it is a fall risk waiting to happen. You need to transition. You need to give your body a buffer. I want you to start rolling onto your side, using your arms to push yourself up, and sitting on the edge of the bed for a full 30 seconds before you even think about standing. You are allowing your heart and your blood pressure to calibrate. You are protecting your spine. You are saving yourself from a fall that hasn't happened yet. Now let's move to habit number 4, the coffee first mistake. I know. You love that first cup. You look forward to it before your eyes are even fully open. But if you are drinking caffeine within the first hour of waking up, you are hijacking your body's natural chemistry. Your cortisol levels, the hormone that wakes you up and gets you ready for the day, are naturally at their peak within the first hour of waking. Your body is already doing its job of alerting your system. When you pour caffeine on top of that natural cortisol spike, you are creating an artificial, exaggerated stress response. You are putting unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system, increasing your blood pressure, and setting yourself up for an inevitable energy crash by mid-afternoon. Furthermore, caffeine is a diuretic. If you are already dehydrated from 8 hours of sleep, coffee is only going to pull more fluid out of your system, thickening your blood and making your joints feel even stiffer. Your first drink of the morning should not be coffee. It should be water. Your cells are screaming for hydration after a night of repair and recovery. Give them the water they need to flush out the waste products of the night. Wait until mid-morning, when your cortisol levels naturally start to dip, to have your caffeine. You will find that you need less of it, you feel less jittery, and your energy levels stay consistent throughout the day instead of riding a roller coaster of spikes and crashes. You are likely wondering, if I stop doing these things, what am I supposed to do instead? And what are the other 3 habits that are destroying my morning? We are just getting started. These habits are so deeply ingrained in our daily routines that we don't even see them as habits anymore. We see them as how life works, but if you want to be the exception, if you want to be the person who is still walking, thinking, and living independently at 80, 90, and beyond, you have to be willing to do what others won't. You have to be willing to look at your morning routine and say, this is not serving me. I want you to leave your age in the comments right now and tell me, how do you feel in that first hour of the day? Do you feel stiff? Do you feel tired? Do you feel that woozy sensation when you stand up? I read every single comment because I want to know exactly what you are going through. We are building a community here of people who refuse to accept that decline is inevitable. We are the ones who are paying attention to the details. We are the ones who are taking back control. Before we move to the next 3 habits, which I promise you are even more critical than these first 2, I want you to take a moment to realize how much power you actually have. You have the power to change the physiological trajectory of your day every single morning. You don't need a doctor's appointment, you don't need a new prescription, and you don't need to spend a dime. You just need to change the way you wake up. You need to stop treating your body like it's a car that you can just turn on and drive. You are a biological organism that needs to be brought online slowly, carefully, and with intention. Are you ready to see the other 3 habits, including the one you are doing before you even leave your bedroom, that might be sabotaging your entire nervous system's ability to cope with stress? We are diving deep into the science of morning routines, and I promise you, once you hear this, you will never look at your alarm clock the same way again. Now that we have dismantled the spring up and the caffeine first trap, let's move into the 3rd habit, one that is stealing your mental peace before you have even brushed your teeth. Habit number 3 is the information assault. You wake up, and the very first thing you do is reach for your phone to check the news, your emails, or your social media notifications. You might think you are just staying informed, or that you are catching up on what happened in the world while you slept. But for a brain over the age of 65, this is a neurological disaster. The moment you open that screen, you are subjecting your nervous system to an immediate, massive influx of conflicting, often negative, and highly stimulating information. You are forcing your brain to process hundreds of variables, headlines, and updates when it should be in a state of calm, intentional awakening. This causes a secondary cortisol spike, a false alarm response. Your brain cannot distinguish between a real, immediate threat and a stressful news headline. When you see something alarming on your screen, your amygdala, your brain's fear center, lights up. You are effectively putting your body into a fight or flight mode before you have even had your breakfast. I had a patient, Mr. Henderson, 82 years old, who complained of constant anxiety and a racing heart every single morning. He couldn't understand why he felt so on edge by 9 a.m. When he finally showed me his morning routine, I realized he was spending the first 45 minutes of his day reading global crisis reports on his tablet. He wasn't just tired, he was chronically stressed. We made a deal. For 1 month, no screens until after breakfast. He didn't just feel calmer, his resting heart rate dropped by 8 beats per minute. That is the power of protecting your early morning environment. You must curate your input. If you want a calm mind, you cannot start your day with chaos. Give your brain at least 30 minutes of silence, reflection, or simple focus before you let the outside world in. Now, let's talk about habit number 4, the thermal shock. This is a subtle one, but it impacts your blood pressure and your cardiovascular system more than you realize. I am talking about jumping straight into a hot, or worse, a freezing cold, shower the moment you get out of bed. Your body spends the entire night regulating your temperature to stay in a deep sleep state. Your core body temperature drops and your circulation slows down. When you step into a blast of scalding water, you are causing a sudden dramatic vasodilation. Your blood vessels expand instantly to try and cool you down. If you jump into ice-cold water, they constrict just as violently. For an older heart, this is a massive demand. It is a sudden shift in blood pressure that can cause dizziness, faintness, or even a cardiac event if your system is already compromised. I see this all the time. People think they are waking up their body with a shock of temperature, but you don't need a shock, you need a transition. You need to respect the delicate balance of your vascular system. Instead of the shock, I want you to start with water that is comfortable, not extreme. And more importantly, I want you to warm up your muscles before you get in. I see so many seniors rushing to the bathroom to get their morning shower done, stiff and unmoving. But you should do a few light stretches in your bedroom first. Reach for the sky. Roll your shoulders. Get the synovial fluid in your joints moving before you subject your body to the temperature change of a shower. It's about being kind to your heart. It's about acknowledging that your body needs to warm up, like an engine on a cold morning. If you treat your body with respect and give it that ramp-up time, you will find that you feel much steadier, much less dizzy, and your blood pressure remains stable throughout the morning. This brings us to habit number 1, the most significant and the most overlooked habit that is silently aging your entire internal system: skipping morning sunlight. We have spent the last few decades terrified of the sun, hiding indoors, and coating ourselves in sunscreen. But in doing so, we have broken the master clock of the human body. Your brain has a built-in rhythm called the circadian rhythm, which controls everything from your sleep-wake cycle to your hunger, your energy levels, and even your mood. The only way your brain knows what time it is, and therefore which hormones to release, is by receiving the signal of morning sunlight in your eyes. Not through a window, not through your sunglasses, but real, direct, early morning light. If you don't get that signal within 30 minutes of waking, your master clock drifts. Your brain gets confused. It doesn't know when to trigger the cortisol release in the morning, and more importantly, it doesn't know when to trigger the melatonin release at night. This is why so many seniors complain that they are tired all day but wide awake at 3 a.m. It's because their biological clock is completely misaligned. By skipping sunlight, you are sabotaging your sleep quality, which is the most aggressive biological maintenance process your body has. When you don't sleep well, your brain fails to clear out the toxic waste products that accumulate during the day. It fails to repair your tissues. It fails to consolidate your memories. I had a patient, Mrs. Gable, 77, who had been taking sleeping pills for years. She was miserable. She was constantly groggy. Her balance was getting worse, and she felt like her memory was slipping. We didn't change her medication. We changed her morning. I told her, "Mrs. Gable, tomorrow morning, the very first thing you do, before you do anything else, is open your back door, step onto your patio, and look at the sky for 10 minutes. Even if it's cloudy, do it." It was difficult for her at first. She was used to staying inside, drinking her coffee in the dark. But within 2 weeks, she told me, "Doctor, I don't know what happened, but I'm actually getting sleepy at night." She started sleeping through the night without the pills. Her energy levels during the day shot up. Her mood improved. It was as if she had turned back the hands of her internal clock. Sunlight is not a luxury. It is a nutrient. It is a biological necessity. By denying yourself this signal, you are literally telling your brain that the day hasn't started, and as a result, your body never fully turns on. These 5 habits, the spring up, the coffee first trap, the information assault, the thermal shock, and skipping sunlight, are all interconnected. They represent a systemic way of life that works against your biology rather than with it. You are forcing your body to play catch-up from the moment you open your eyes, and by the time you reach noon, you are already depleted. You are already fighting an uphill battle, but you don't have to live this way. You can reclaim your morning. You can reclaim your energy. You can reclaim your independence. When you change these 5 things, you aren't just changing your morning routine. You are creating a morning sanctuary. You are giving your nervous system the space to wake up, the hydration it needs to function, the information it needs to stay stable, the gentle temperature it needs to thrive, and the biological signal it needs to stay synchronized. This is how you stop the decline. This is how you take control. This is the difference between a life that is being eroded by the daily grind and a life that is being actively protected and preserved. Before we move on, I want you to really think about your day tomorrow. If you had to change just one of these 5 habits, which one would be the most difficult for you? Is it giving up the phone? Is it waiting for that coffee? Is it getting out into the sun? Tell me in the comments. Be honest. We are all learning, and by admitting which habits are hard to break, we help each other realize that we are not alone in this. You have the tools now. You have the knowledge. The only thing left is the implementation. You can choose to keep doing what you have always done, and you will continue to get what you have always gotten. Or you can choose to make these small, surgical adjustments to your routine, and you will see, I promise you, a shift in how you feel, how you move, and how you see the world. It is time to treat your body like the incredible, resilient, and capable machine it truly is. We have only scratched the surface of how you can optimize your life after 65. The next step is about the physical environment, the way you move through your home, and how you can integrate these small changes into a lifetime of strength. Now that you have the list, the 5 habits that are silently sabotaging your physical and neurological health, the question you might be asking is, what does a successful morning actually look like? I don't want you to just take this information and file it away. I want you to build a protocol. I want you to treat your morning like a construction project for your own longevity. This is about creating a morning sanctuary, a set of conditions that allows your body to wake up, calibrate, and prepare for the demands of the day without the stress, the spikes, and the crashes that the modern world forces upon you. Let's simplify this. If you want to stop the decline and start the repair, I want you to follow this sequence for the next 30 days. It is not complex, it is not expensive, and it does not require a trip to the gym. It simply requires intention. Step 1. When you wake up, don't move. Take 10 seconds to just breathe. Let your nervous system transition from the sleep state to the waking state. Then, roll to your side, push yourself up with your arms, and sit on the edge of the bed. Let your feet touch the floor, feel the ground. Give your blood pressure 30 seconds to stabilize. This is your 0 moment. This is where you decide that today will be different. Step 2. Walk to the kitchen, but do not look at your phone. If you have an alarm set, turn it off and put the device in a drawer or face down on the counter. Keep it out of reach. Your first task is to drink a large glass of water, room temperature is best, to rehydrate your cells. Your body is a biological desert after 8 hours of sleep. Give it the life force it needs. Step 3. While your water is settling, take 3 minutes to warm up your joints. You don't need a formal routine. Just reach for the ceiling, roll your shoulders back, rotate your neck gently. You are lubricating your own machinery. You are telling your brain, we are about to move, and the system is ready. Step 4. Step outside. Open the back door, sit on your porch, or stand by the window, and let the morning light hit your eyes. Do this for at least 10 minutes. If you have your coffee now, have it while you watch the sky. This is when the magic happens. This is when you are resetting your master clock, regulating your cortisol, and preparing your body for a restful sleep tonight. You are fixing your night by fixing your morning. And finally, step 5. Only after you have done these things, only after you have hydrated, moved, and synchronized your system, do you engage with the world. Only then do you check the news, check your email, or start your work. When you do it in this order, you are not reacting to the world, you are acting upon it. You are the one in control. You are the one who has decided the pace. I want you to really think about the alternative. If you continue to spring out of bed, reach for the phone, down the coffee, and rush through your morning, you are essentially cashing out your energy reserves before you have even spent them. You are living your life in a state of chronic recovery. You are constantly trying to fix the damage you did to yourself just hours before. That is not living, that is surviving. And you were built for more than just survival. You were built for adaptation, for growth, and for independence. The most common fear I hear from people over 65 is the fear of losing their autonomy, the fear of being a burden, the fear of not being able to do the things they love. I want to tell you something that most doctors won't. Independence is not something that just happens to you, and it is not something you are lucky enough to keep. Independence is a skill. It is a discipline. It is the result of the thousands of tiny, invisible decisions you make every single day. Every time you choose to get out of bed correctly, every time you choose hydration over caffeine, every time you choose sunlight over a screen, you are making a withdrawal into your independence account. You are ensuring that 10 years from now, you will still be the person you are today. I have seen people who were ready to accept the nursing home as their inevitable future, turn their health around entirely. They didn't do it with a miracle drug. They did it by changing their habits. They did it by realizing that the normal way of aging is a choice, not a curse. When you realize that you are the architect of your own physical reality, everything changes. The fear vanishes. It is replaced by a sense of purpose. You stop waiting for the decline to happen, and you start actively building a body that is designed to last. I want you to commit to this. Not for a week, not for a month, but as a permanent change. The first 3 days will be the hardest. Your brain will crave the phone, your nervous system will crave the caffeine, and your habits will scream for you to return to the way you've always done things. But if you push through that initial resistance, if you give your body a chance to realize that this new way is safer, easier, and more sustainable, you will never want to go back. You will feel the difference in your joints, in your clarity, and in your mood. And once you feel that level of vitality, you will realize that the old way was never serving you. It was only holding you back. If this video reached you at the right moment, if something here clicked for you and you realized that your morning routine might be the secret key to unlocking your true potential, please share this with someone you love. Send this to your children, your siblings, or your friends who are in the same age group. We are building a community here of people who refuse to be victims of a standard aging process. We are taking back control of our lives, one morning at a time. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications, and join us in this mission to live fully, without the pain, without the fog, and without the fear. Before you go, I have one final challenge for you. Leave a comment below and tell me, which of these 5 habits are you going to stop tomorrow morning? Are you going to ditch the phone? Are you going to prioritize the water? Are you going to stand up slowly? I read every single comment, and I want to see this community taking action. Your story is the fuel for our next research project. Take care of yourself, keep your morning sanctuary protected, and keep fighting for your future. You have so much more life to live, and you deserve to live it with a body that feels strong, clear, and capable. I will see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and remember, you have the power to change your trajectory right now. Go out there and own your morning. Your future self is waiting for you to make the right choice today.